Chelsea. This is my channel, The Fancy Cat Lady Reads. I'm wearing a fancy booktube hat, and today I'm bringing you a loose TBR for the month of May. There are a lot of books I want to get to in May. We'll see how I do. What I've got currently going right now is The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. I'm over halfway through. I should be able to finish this up fairly soon. And then I've been continuing my slow and methodical progress through Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, just a chapter or two at a time, and I'm enjoying this immensely still. I'm over a third of the way through at this point, but I'm not setting myself any goals for when I want to finish this by. And then the new books I want to start in on this month. I have from the library Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. I wasn't sure when this was going to come in. I was on a long holds list, but I'm a member of a Goodreads group called Into the Forest that is reading this currently through the middle of this month, so I want to try to squeeze it in before that read-along ends. I don't know much about Norse mythology, so I'm hoping to learn things, and I'm hoping that because this is just like Neil Gaiman tells Norse mythology, I won't be as totally creeped out by it as I have been by Gaiman's other writing. I find him just like a little too genuinely terrifying for me at times. But my knowledge of Norse mythology is really limited, so I will learn things. I'm hoping to learn things. Next book I have that I really want to get to is The Snow Child by Eowyn Ivey. My understanding is that this is a historical fiction, magical realism retelling of a Russian fairy tale or folk tale, and that it takes place in 1920s Alaska. I really fail at seasonal reading. I kind of sometimes think I will try to do it, and then I just don't. I had sort of in my mind that I was going to read this over the winter, but it turns out I'm reading it in May, and really I don't care because I think seasonal reading is something that just doesn't really work for me. Next, I have The Obelisk by N.K. Jemisin from the library. This is why I am reading The Fifth Season, because this is one of this month's read-alongs for the BookTube SFF Awards. It's nominated in the adult category. I had to read The Fifth Season in order to get to this one. I'm enjoying The Fifth Season quite a lot, so I usually don't read series back to back. I like to space them out, so I'm gonna try to space these out a bit, but this might be due back at the library soon enough that I might have to dig right into this as soon as I finish The Fifth Season. We'll see. Next, I have a historical fiction book. I think there's going to be a considerably large amount of historical fiction this month for me, sort of a theme if you count The Snow Child as historical fiction and this one, and then there's one other. This is a World War II book that focuses on 3 different women. It was recently published. This is an ARC that I won in a Goodreads giveaway. I'd like to read it and review it fairly soon. I'd kind of like to point out just how well produced this ARC is. Like, this is an ARC with French flaps and deckled edges. So fancy schmancy, and I also got a bookmark. So there's this. Next, I have another book that is seasonally inappropriate, and that is Hogfather by Terry Pratchett. This is another one that I kind of thought I was going to read, around Christmas time, and then I just didn't, and I kept renewing it from the library, and now I have to read it because I'm going to run out of library renewals. I've been reading the sub-series of the Discworld in order, so this is the next book for me in the Death sub-series. This is the 4th book in that sub-series. The first 3 were Mort, Reaper Man, and Soul Music. This is one that I specifically have very high hopes for because I know this book in particular has a lot of diehard fans. A lot of people consider this, I think, to be one of the best Discworld books. And then I have The Secret Keeper by Kate Morton. This is my mom's copy of this book that I've had on loan from her for like a year or more now, so I need to read it and get it back to her. This, my mom says, is Kate Morton's probably her best book. I know Kate Morton is one of my mom's favorite authors. I listened to one of her books on audiobook. That was The Lake House, her most recent novel. I thought it was okay. My mom thinks this one is better. I think a lot of Kate Morton's books have like stories in multiple timelines with present day events and then, you know, what happened in the past, so this may only be like half historical fiction, but they tend to have a mystery element, so like digging into old mysteries of bygone eras. And then I have one more book that I'm planning on reading on my Kindle this month, and that is another NetGalley digital arc, and this one is Wicked Wonders, which is a short story collection by Klages. I know that she recently had a Tor.com novella published called Passing Strange that I'm very interested in. So if I like these stories, I'll definitely be picking that up at some point. But because this is on my Kindle, this is going to be portable for me. I'll be able to stick it in my purse or in my pocket. My Kindle fits in the pocket of my new spring coat, and I'm delighted with this. And because these are short stories, hopefully they'll be something that I'll enjoy having on the go. So that's kind of roughly what I'm hoping to get to this month. As I said, it's a lot, and things are going to change because I have library holds coming in and things going back to libraries unread because I haven't been able to renew them, that sort of thing. So this is rough. This is in flux. I am also sort of keeping in the back of my mind the idea that I should get through another book of The Once and Future King each month until it's done. There are 2 more left. I've made it through The Sword and the Stone and what's the second one called? And The Queen of Air and Darkness, so part of me thinks that I should try to read The Ill-Made Knight this month. I'm not liking The Once and Future King, but I'll talk about that in a wrap-up. Yeah, books. Let me know what you're planning on reading this month, if you've read any of these, what you think, if anything you want to chit-chat about, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. I hope you're having a nice day. That is all. Bye for now.